Hello minasan, it's Hisako. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I thought I'd do a quick little video today to talk about wigs, or katsura as they are called. So when you're doing geisha henshin, it's important that you wear the proper katsura. With maiko henshin, you kind of have a couple of options. Maiko traditionally use their real hair. So that's all natural that they're using, and they have to go to a special salon or stylist to actually get their hair done. I think it's like maybe once a week or so. But with geisha, they wear wigs. They don't use their real hair. So part of why I wanted to do geisha henshin as opposed to maiko henshin is because of the convenience of wigs. So yes, but they are a little hard to acquire. You kind of have to know the right places to look, and you kind of have to sort of make do with what you have. So to go over things a little bit, technically this wig is actually a retired wedding katsura. So the wedding katsura, or as it's called, is I think bunkin takeshimada. That is traditionally used for Japanese weddings. They have all kinds of different special kanzashi or hair ornaments you put in. They look very similar to geisha katsura, but they're a little different. It's just very slight differences. But for the purpose of doing geisha henshin, a bunkin takeshimada will work just fine. It's such a subtle difference that people who see it wouldn't quite know the difference. It's close enough. But if you want to be super authentic, you can find actual geisha katsura that have been retired. Usually you can find them on places like eBay or Etsy, Yahoo auctions as well. I found mine on eBay, and again, it is a retired wedding wig. It was actually from a salon, or not a salon, a studio, I guess, that used to use it for wedding photography, so it had been retired and was being sold. This particular wig is made by a maker called Nishihara, and they make all kinds of wedding katsura. Imanishi is the one that specifically makes wigs for geisha, and they also make wigs for weddings as well, but they are the lead supplier of wigs for geisha. Nishihara more focuses on wedding style wigs, but they have super great wigs, very high quality. They're perfect shape, so I'm really a fan of those. They do require some level of maintenance and care. They're heavy. They're heavy and they need to be stored properly. They come in a big wooden box, which I'm going to try to get on camera here. It is heavy. This is my box that my wig comes in. So whenever I have to travel somewhere, if I'm going to an out-of-town event and I want to do geisha henshin, I have to bring this sucker with me. So it is a huge box, but you want to make sure you store it properly. Inside the box, it kind of snaps open. You'll see there's a couple of different things we have in here. A lot of different stuff. It's got a little pocket to put things, like I put my habutai wig cap in there. I also have like a little wooden comb that I use to kind of like brush it out, kind of maintain it, get like, you know, fuzz and stuff out of it. This is also the stand that it sits on. As you can see, it's kind of old. I don't actually know what this thing is. They have it covering the little metal plate here, so I don't know if it's just to protect that, but I actually don't know what this is, but I keep it in the box because it came with it. I also have part of the strings that you attach on the back to like hook it on, and you tie it to these different hooks so it stays secure. That way, if the wig moves around, the wig's not going to come off the wig stand. So you absolutely need that. But it's very important that you store it properly. When I go outside, if I'm dressed like this, because the wig has wax in it, a special wax used to style the wig, which I believe is called agura, you have to be careful not to be in the sunlight too long because it's not good for the wax on the wig. It will damage it over time. So you'll often see me with my parasol outside because it's like I'm trying to protect my wig from the sunlight. So you want to make sure that you don't get sunlight on it. Don't get it wet, that can damage it. You know, don't lay it down flat because it will lose the shape. So you have to make sure that you maintain those properly. It's very important. But if you want to use katsura for henshin, absolutely a perfect way to do that. Like I said, check out eBay or Etsy and look for retired wedding katsura. Those are actually the best way to do that. Again, there are some subtle differences. Geisha katsura, I feel like, tend to have maybe a bit of a smaller bump up here. This maybe isn't quite as big. I feel like the sides are maybe a bit more flared out. This is close enough that it's fine, but I feel like they do kind of flare out a bit more. Also, the back on Geisha Katsura, as you can tell from mine, it's a little more rounded. But with Geisha Katsura, it's a little more elongated, that back part, so it kind of hangs a little bit lower and is a little bit longer. Wedding Katsura tend to be a little bit more rounded in the back, but again, it's close enough. Also, this top part is a little bit larger and a little bit taller on Wedding Katsura, where Geisha Katsura, it's a little bit lower. It's not quite as high as this is. But again, this is close enough that most people will not be able to tell the difference. It's close enough. But again, you want to make sure you get the proper wig. With maiko henshin, if you're doing maiko that are from like Tokyo or Yokohama, which are actually referred to more as hangyoku, not maiko. Maiko's Kyoto. Hangyoku wear wigs. They don't use their real hair. But they have a little bit of a different wig. It's the same kind of thing in the front, but the back part is kind of more of a bun as opposed to this kind of loop that you have in the back here. So it's a little bit different if you're doing like a hangyoku style henshin or maiko, just to make more sense. So yeah, that's a little bit about wig care and the kind of wigs that I use for my henshin. But if you have any questions or comments, please let me know below and I will answer them. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Arigatou gozaimasu.